Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a max effort upper day, but a quick reminder for those of you who watch these videos, please remember to click a like down below, be greatly appreciated. Today I thought I would kind of see where my tricep strength was, and it's very much lacking from where I was when I was stronger bulking a while back. Because I went to a closed grip floor press and I thought, well, I'll get at least 315 on this. I started ramping and the 295 felt so close to a max that I didn't know if I could get 315. You know, part of me wishes I would have gone for it, but it just felt like it was so slow that, 315 was a probable miss. So I just stopped here. Again, I strained. Notice there's a bit of a grind. Definitely tricep struggling there, which is interesting because this is the first time I've felt anything but chest on any of my pressing lately. Even my closed grip bench rep work feels like all chest, which tells me my pecs are probably growing again and they're taking the brunt of the work because my triceps are probably lagging a bit. So I need to keep doing the tricep work. So we did 2 tricep exercises today. So for the rep work, we went with normal floor press. Again, I want to make sure my triceps get worked a little bit. I don't want to overwork the tendons so much on the pecs. I do need to keep them healthy. I need to avoid the overuse there, but I do need to make sure I'm getting some deeper range of motion stuff in too. But I felt like I got tons of that on the dynamic day this week. The dynamic day, my pecs were just lit up so hard from the dynamic work that even closed grip benching was difficult because my pecs almost felt like they were cramping. And I think it's because of, again, the new band setup running, a fairly aggressive band tension, the short breaks on it. My chest just got hammered hard. And so again, I think people can't discount the speed work when it comes to activation and hypertrophy. It's kind of like when we're doing this, I've heard Dave Tate and other people say that they've seen guys who were kind of genetic freaks come in and never do their accessory work. They would come in and do the max work and the dynamic work and just go home. And I've had a client who was like that. Of course, he was bulking hard, and he was up above 200 pounds. That helped. We ran very, very minimal accessory work, like 10 to 12 total sets after max work and speed work. And I'm talking everything. That includes his triceps, lats. It's not per week. That's 10 to 12 total sets, period. And then we stop. He would only do like 3 exercises. And so he probably did less than that, honestly. Now that I look back, because we only did about 3 movements. And he got to a 325 bench and a 500 squat. So I decided here to combine the floor press and the JM press today. I found that my benching has done pretty well. Sorry, hit the uprights there. My benching has done pretty well historically when I've used both of these exercises. Again, they both give great carryover to my benching. Of course, I'm doing the floor pressing wider because I feel like now I'm at a point where my triceps are not as strong as they were back when I was bulking and, using more supplementation. And I think that's a factor. The 2 of those is a factor. My body weight was quite a bit higher. It was over 15 pounds heavier than I am now. So that's going to be kind of the strategy we're using. As I've said, I'm going to basically not water cut in the 220 for a while. I'm going to keep getting leaner. I'm going to do some meets. I'll water cut in the sense of I won't eat or drink anything the evening or the morning of the weigh-in, But a lot of times I'm cutting my food and water off in the evenings anyways. I don't usually eat after about 3 or 4 o'clock usually. At the latest. Occasionally I'll have something at 5. But that tends to be the latest in the day I eat anyways, just to keep my calories in check. So really, just don't drink any water for 12 hours, right? And I'll probably make weight anyways. I'll probably be able to make weight without doing that, but it's not going to hurt performance. So what I need to do is just keep getting leaner and then fill the 220 out over time. But I need to get a lot leaner to do that. So accordingly, performance isn't going to be spectacular. I'm going to focus on body composition for a while, focus on conditioning, We're going to do the work we need to make any progress. So we're going to run volumes like we're doing today, which to me feels like low volume, but a lot of people will look at this and say, oh, it's still a fair amount. Because historically I do volumes that people are like, yeah, I couldn't recover from what you do. And, there are times when it's probably not ideal, not even always at my strongest when I do that, particularly on the benching, right? When I've scaled it back and carefully selected movements is when my bench gets really good. So that's kind of what we did, seal rows, and I'm going to have a more elegant solution to the seal rows here in the near future. Still doing the box and the benches for now. So after the seal rows, we did plate front raises. And then I finished off by supersetting band press downs, and I went heavier this time with the dumbbell curls, and I also increased weight on those. Because I feel like that's probably one of the supine movements I can get away with. It's probably reasonably safe. A standing dumbbell curl where you're not cheating, all right? We're not cheating, we're just getting a good stretch at the bottom and bringing the weight up. Pretty reasonable, and I get a great pump in my biceps, a great pump and burn. And again, less use of overuse and injury. It's not like heavy cheat curls. It's not like a preacher curl. Preacher curls are notorious for tearing biceps, by the way. Some people seem oblivious to that. It always shocks me that people don't know that. That preacher curls have torn more biceps than deadlifts ever will. Ever will. Like off the bone requiring surgery. So, again, I'm just going to keep trimming down. Yeah, I'm going to do some meets and stuff coming up. I have some on the schedule. So we're still going to compete, but I'm not going to do water cuts. I'm just going to walk in, do the 220. I'm not really going to do cuts to do it. And get leaner and leaner, and then I'll make lean gains. Once I get sufficiently lean, I'll probably work on just some lean bulking, very slow lean bulking. And if I have to, cutting again, some bulks and cuts like that. But, realistically, I don't ever want my top end weight over about 225, even in the 220. It's just healthier, it's better. I can focus on getting leaner, focus on body composition, and that's going to be the way forward. So what exercises did we do today? Well, after the max work, we did floor press, did JM press, seal rows, so that's 3 multi-joint movements. And we did 3 single joint movements. It was plate front raises, standing dumbbell curls, right, done strictly. Band press downs, had a little mishap there. That band slipped out of my hand on one side. Happens sometimes when you double those over because that's a lot of tension. And then the band press downs. So, 6 movements, 3 sets of each one. About 18 total work sets out of 6 movements after the max work, covering pretty much all the upper body. All the upper body got worked. And I'll probably do side delts a little bit on dynamic day because I'll probably do another supplemental press. Probably be floor press again or some sort of incline. And that'll probably be what I do. But yeah, so I'll throw in probably side raises or rear delt flies on that day instead of the front raises because we'll get a little more total pressing for the chest and front delts. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.